Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And today, whenever you are seeing this, I would like to offer the monthly intuitive reading for the elemental energy of fire. If you're interested as to why I read for the elements and not the zodiac, there's a video in the description. I'm working on getting a little bit more into the zodiac, but for now that's where we're at. Fire covers the zodiac energy of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And we'll start things off with an I-ching hexagram. I cast the symbol beforehand, saves us a little bit of time on here. I read intuitively, so the messages that come through, I will read the text from the book and the cards if there's text on the card, and then we will see what source brings in as well. So with that, we'll get started, and your hexagram for fire for May of 2024 is hexagram 29, and it is the Abyss. Sounds pleasant, right, fire? So the base text is abyss upon abyss, grave danger. All will be well if confidence is maintained and a sharp hold is kept upon the mind. Activities so conducted will win esteem. Basically what's going on is there's a lot of mystery the month of May, and this could be a little bit sketchy. But it says it will be well if confidence is maintained and sharp hold is kept upon the mind. There's a couple of different meanings. The one that's coming forward right off the bat with this is really focus on meditation. Get your mind focused on a single point. Focus on that point. Whatever goal it is, don't scatter your energy. Be very, very much in line with what you're doing. And when you're staying focused at that level, that's where the activities will come into alignment, so that when your inspired action occurs, it's in line with that thing that you're focusing on. But they're really saying making sure that everything comes down to that one point is what the month of May is about for fire. So our baseline, our foundation here, is abyss upon abyss. In one of them, he tumbles into a cranny misfortune. Stay focused. Don't get distracted, because abyss upon abyss, that means blind leading the blind type stuff. You're just kind of fumbling around, and it says in one of them, one of the abysses, he tumbles into a cranny misfortune. If you're not staying focused on your goal, you're going to get distracted, you're going to trip, you're going to find yourself in a place where you're like, why am I here? My goal is 30 miles the other direction, and yet I'm off in this little corner of nothing. Fire, stay focused this month is what I'm hearing. Your second line is danger lurks within the abyss. Only in small matters can he obtain what he desires. Stay focused. Don't worry so much about I have to achieve massive goal. It's saying only in small matters can he achieve what he desires. Work on the small things, the next steps, the things that work in alignment, that concept of doing activities that align up with what your goal is, what your focus is. They're being really interesting with right now. What I'm hearing is this is a time to really focus on that financial or business structure, not so much relationships at the moment. This is really talking about your financial business type thing, whether you're whether it's a promotion, whether it's a new job you want to start, something along those lines, but this is your focus. Your third place line, abyss upon abyss rears up and danger is acute. He falls into a cranny and there's nothing he can do to help himself. If you're not moving towards your goals this month, fire, and like I said, they're focusing really heavily on business and employment, financial stuff. If you're not staying focused on that, the distraction is actually going to sabotage you. So work towards the things that you're trying to. Let's start over. What is being said is keep your focus there. That doesn't mean you can't have fun on the side, But in the realm of what you're planning for, business, financial, etc., stay focused. Don't get distracted about, well, if I incorporate this, don't do that. They're being very clear. Stay on the one thing. That one point is what's going to get you through this month. And it doesn't mean it's going to be a bad month. It just means it's going to be an easily distracted month. So our fourth place line right here is a flagon of wine and a bamboo food basket both. These objects were handed to him through a hole in the rock. To the very end, he remains free from blame. There's going to be aid, but you're going to get it from unexpected sources. The aid is actually going to come from unnamed sources. He gets a flagon of wine and bamboo food basket handed to him through a hole in the rock. So you're trucking along doing your thing, and you're getting support from people you may not even know, which is fine. And that's what they're saying. And in this path, this is where you're not held to account. You're not being made to, oh, I owe this person a favor, because they don't want you to. They're literally helping you, and they want to be anonymous about it. So you're going to get some unexpected help this month, which is actually going to be super great, but it's going to be working towards your main goal. Your fifth place line, the abyss is not filled to the brim. The flowing water maintains its level, no error. No matter how bad things can appear, no matter how distracted you might get, it doesn't mean that it's something beyond what you can handle. At the beginning of this, it talks about, oh, you fall into a cranny misfortune. You're gonna, if you get distracted, don't beat yourself up over it. It happens. But don't lose focus. Just because you got distracted, just because you wandered off, doesn't mean you can't achieve your goal. It just means you may have delayed it slightly. But we're human, that's what we do. So just keep that focus going, and it's not filled to the brim, meaning you're not going to drown, you're just going to slow things up a bit if you're not solely focused. And they're not saying that this is for everybody, but the people who are having that drive, that inspiration, that push right now to take those next steps, don't lose faith, don't lose sight of what you're doing, keep moving forward. Your capstone up here is, bound with black ropes and imprisoned amidst thorns for 3 years, he fails to obtain what he seeks. Losing your path, losing your focus, or having a hiccup this month doesn't mean you're going to fail in life. It means it might delay some things. Cool. 3 years, put it in a time period of 3. Could be 3 weeks, 3 months. It doesn't exactly have to mean 3 years in that aspect, but they're saying that this is the time to really stay focused, keep that momentum going. You've been building some energy up, Fire, moving towards a goal, and this month of May is really saying now is kind of like you're down to the wire. If you're going to do this, do it. If you're not, then don't. But this is the time to make that final push towards the goals. So with that, we'll hop into the tarot. As I said earlier, I read intuitively, and there are approximately 5 weeks, give or take, in May. It's actually like 4.5, but we'll go ahead and read 5. For each week, I read a guide or guardian, a message from Source, which is a supporting message, something to give you some guidance and kind of uplift the spirit. And then we'll look at the tarot for a lesson or a challenge, something to work on, or something that might be coming in that might be a little unexpected. And if you're interested, there is a link in the description for a where did it go? Sorry. There is a link in the description for a zodiac reading, so you can check those out, and that will give you a better alignment idea of where your elements are, because sometimes fire is not just about fire, it's about where your fire energy is in your chart. So with that, we'll hop into the tarot. Like I said, about 5 weeks, so we'll do 5 readings. Your first week's guide or guardian is ease and grace. So your first week, the angels are coming in to help guide you into a peaceful path. It's not always about the struggle with work. Sometimes it's that letting go, keeping the focus, but not worrying about the details. And that's what these angels in this first week of May, end of April, first part of May, are offering this week is ease and grace. It doesn't have to be a struggle. Yeah, you might be wandering through the abyss. You may not be able to see where you're headed next, but as long as you have the focus on the goals ahead, the path will actually open up to you. And as they've said in several videos, not mine, but other videos, when you're driving at night, you don't see your destination. You see the next 200 feet. And that's what the ease and grace angels are. We're not going to show you the whole path. We're going to show you the next step. So this first week is about tapping into that energy and getting into that flow state. Things are going to move as long as you're staying focused, but you're only going to be able to move forward one little step at a time. So your message from Source is support. You are divinely supported in this week. There is so much available to help you, to guide you. And with this energy, this is saying that your natural tendency, fire, the inner goal, that inspiration, that inner that fire, that passion, that drive, this is the thing that's going to be your greatest asset in the upcoming month. This week, it's really going to come to light that, yeah, I can do this. I have this within me, and God Source Divine is coming in to say, let's do this. How far do you want to go? Let's see how far we can take this. So really work with that energy this first week, is making sure that you're, on point with your goals, and really listen to that inner fire, that intuition, that creative passion. Fire, you carry this all the time. This is just a reminder to tap into it. This is what fuels you to move forward. Your lesson or challenge from the tarot is unity. Do the right thing for the right reason. Compare traditional versus new approaches to see what works. A spiritually minded community. It's not just about the physical things. When you work with unity, you're working with the union of opposites. You're working with the energy of the cosmos. As above, so below. You're bringing that into a balanced state. With that energy going forward this month, this is a major arcana. This is a major life lesson. Your focus is to keep the balance with work and home. Stay focused on that goal. Like I said, they keep bringing up business, so we'll work with that. But don't forget that just because you're driving and you're striving, you're going to be that go-getter. Yes, but don't forget you have a life outside of work too. So let's take a peek at your second week for your guide or guardian, and we have the honesty and communication angels. In this second week, it's about being open, being trusting, but also finding the right people to take advice from. Honesty and communication is, are you speaking with integrity? Are you listening with wisdom? This is what the second week is all about, and the honesty and communication angels are coming in to say, let's fuel your inner fire with some air, communication. With that, you're using honesty. You're using the sword of air to cut away the illusions. You're cutting away the fallacies. You're cutting away the fantasies. So this is a time to really focus on moving forward, but you're doing so with ethics, with morality, with integrity. These are very important values they're wanting to make sure that you're thinking about. If you're doing things with a little, sketchy morals, or a little that are unethical, things that maybe if someone found out they wouldn't like, this week you're going to be exposed. So just stay focused on doing the right thing, because your goals are really important. Your heart is in the right place. Don't cut corners. So your message from Source is effort. The effort is worth the reward. It may not, let's be honest here, putting in effort all the time is not fun. It is miserable at times, but the reward of doing it the right way, of doing it with morals, with ethics and integrity, is so worth it, and the universe will bless and guide that path. So fire, with this second week's energy, you haven't even gotten to the tarot yet, really focus on doing what you need to do. The distractions, as spoke of with the I-ching, are going to end up leading you into those crags. They're going to lead you into the crevices. They're going to lead you into the mire. They're going to get you lost for 3 years. So do what you need to do, but do it for the right reason, and don't step on others, is what I'm hearing. So let's see what the tarot has to say for your lesson or challenge. The Seven of Summer. No more procrastinating. Your power comes from making decisions. Confusion arises from over-analyzing your options. This is that staying focused on the one spot. This is a reminder. The Seven of Summer in this deck is saying, stay focused. You have made decisions. You have the creative spark. You have that passion and that drive. You're working with air energy the second week to cut away illusions and to be open to communication. With that being said, when you get that open communication, when you get those illusions out of the way, it allows you to take those next steps with much greater ease. So keep working towards your goals, Fire. You've got this. Let's take... Whoa, that card leapt out of the deck. So, this should be interesting. We have the Mother, Father, God is your guide for the second week. The angels that tie into work with the Mother, Father, God concept. There is a source of all life in the universe. It emanates in divine masculine and divine feminine energies. The Holy Mother, the Divine Father. These are the angels that help you understand the balance and the duality of life. These angels are coming in to say, you have to work finding the balance of light and dark, the balance of positive and negative frequencies, not in morals. We're also talking about the balance of the masculine and the feminine, that aggressive, projective, I've got to do everything right the first time, but also working with that softer, compassionate, caring, and intuitive feminine energy. When you bring those together, she's holding a star. That's the source. The source of everything is the merging of opposites, and that's what's coming forward for this third week, is really focusing on finding that balance, reconnecting and tapping into that universal divine masculine and feminine. When you bring the opposites together, that's when real magic can start to happen, and you can use that term however you want, but that's what's coming forward in this third week. Your message from Source is love. When we tap into Mother, Father, God energy, we are tapping directly into the source of creation. The source of creation is the essence and energy of love. That's doing things without needing to be compensated, without needing to have someone else notice it. You're doing it because you care about that other person. The I-ching talks about you being supported by an anonymous person. This card is saying, don't forget to pay that forward. Just because someone is helping you and you might be going through it doesn't mean that you can't offer guidance or help to another. And they're saying that this could be something as simple as being a good example, but they're also saying that this is a good energy to work with as you're going forward. Yeah, things may not be great all the time, but there's also other people who are in a journey similar to yours, and that's where that don't step on them comes in, but also show compassion and caring. So let's take a peek at your lesson or challenge from the tarot. We have Major Arcana number 20 with renewal. Review the past and the present so you can plan a new future. Understanding your life purpose, releasing judgment of yourself and others. As a Major Arcana, these are big things. This is not all about one time in your life. This one is a month-long type energy. So when you see this renewal, it's calling you to really refresh. This week, this third week, is you're working with the balance of the divine masculine, the divine feminine. You're tapping into that source, the heart of the creator, that loving, pure energy, and it's helping you renew your drive forward. But you're also understanding your purpose. You're understanding why things happened the way they did. And you're also looking at your past to gain wisdom, you've already been there, you've done that, it's an experience, there's some knowledge tied in, but how can you take that and make it into wisdom to move you forward successfully? And that's what's the challenge this third week. So let's take a peek at our fourth week's energy. We have intuition and downloads. Everything so far is leading to this point where you're getting really close to understanding what your final destination is. And when you're getting to these energies, this point, you're tapping into intuition and you're downloading information. Because this month you've been moving into a flow state. Your first guides were the ease and grace. Understanding you don't have to struggle for this. Honesty and communication. You're clearing stuff out. You're being open and honest with your frequency. Then you're tapping into Mother, Father, God. So you're bringing in that balance of the masculine and feminine. And that's going to activate intuition to a higher state, and the downloads. The downloads are those little bursts of insight that come in that help you understand, oh, that's what I need to do next. That's why that happened. Oh, I should probably not do that. Things like that, those little pops that show up, those are the downloads. And that is some very precious guidance, your gut instincts, things like that. And these are the angels that can help you tune that, refine that, hear that better. And those are the angels that are coming forward for this fourth week. So let's see if the deck would talk to me, what your message from Source is for this fourth week. It is solitude. When you work with your intuition, when you're tapping into those downloads, you're going to find times where you just want to be alone. There's sometimes where that reality of what's coming in requires a little bit of downtime. And that's where the message from Source is, don't forget, in this drive to push forward, you're keeping things in balance, you're juggling a lot of energies here, but solitude and quietness, taking care of your own needs, is not something you want to forget. Goals, drives, ambition, doing the thing, great. But don't forget the quiet time is very healthy. It's very healing. It's very supportive, and that's this fourth week is really pushing at, is you're doing a lot this month at Fire. You've got a lot going on. There's a lot moving. The energies are lining up for you in a powerful, powerful way. But don't forget to take the time to relax. Take the time to watch a movie. Take the time with that special someone. Or take 15 minutes out to read in your book, to journal. But don't forget to have that quiet time alone. It allows your brain to rest. So, your message or your lesson or challenge from the tarot is the 9 of Spring. Protect the fruits of your labors, prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead, and environmental conservatism. This is saying, as you're continuing to move forward, don't abuse the environment. Don't abuse, and the environment is where you're at. So, like, you're not, just because you're moving up in ranks doesn't mean you're going to trash your office. It doesn't mean you're going to step on those other people. The 9 of Spring is saying you're almost to that achievement point. Don't forget how you got there. You did a lot of it on your own, but you had a lot of help. There's a lot of people supporting and cheering you forward. There's a lot of people, you know, if you're business-wise, dropping your name, encouraging, saying that good word, putting the good word in. And the 9 of Spring is saying, even though you're almost there. You're protecting the few fruits of your labor. Don't step on the stuff that you've been working towards. Don't step on the people who've been helping you. And I'm not sure why they're being so adamant with that, but that's what's coming forward. So, your 5th week, your last week of May, is courage and bravery are the angels coming in. When you work with the courage and bravery angels, this is that time of, okay, you're there. Are you going to take the next step? These angels can help you step up. These angels can help you say yes to the thing that might scare you. And that could be something completely different than what you thought it would be at the first of the month. But it's going to be more in line with your goal than what you originally had planned. Plans are what you do when life is happening. Let's just be honest here. And when you have the courage and bravery angels, you open yourself up to, this is the goal. This is where I'm headed. This direction. This is up here. This is the mountaintop. So I'm going to plow straight ahead. The angels are like, no, you're not. We're going to take this trail over here, then we're going to take this one over here, and and then we're going to come over here. We're going to take this part around the back of the mountain, and then you're going to come out on top. Because they see things you miss. And the courage and bravery are saying, you've got a little bit left to do. It's just the final push. Are you willing to accept it? Are you willing to accept the things you've been working towards? It takes courage to say yes to that promotion. It takes bravery to walk into the boss's office and when they call you in, because you're not sure if you're getting called in for a promotion or, something else. But it takes the courage and bravery, and that's the angels that are coming forward is, we're here, we're with you, we're going to support you. Let's do this. So, your message from Source is the unexpected. Things have a way of happening when you let go of the steps. You're holding focus on the goal. You're not holding focus on, well, I have to do it in this particular way. That never works. That worked for Fred. That doesn't work for George. That might work for Susan. That doesn't work for Sally. Your path to your goals is yours. It's unique to you. The unexpected is saying, look at the picture. How unexpected would it be to go out in your garden and a fairy to land in your palm? Really, that's what they're saying is, don't get so focused on, I have to do it the certain way because so-and-so already did it that way. That was fine for so-and-so. You're not so-and-so. You are you. Your path is going to look different from someone else. And there's no other way to go about that. Your path is yours, and it does not have to be exactly like someone else's. And let me tell you, it's actually better if it's not like someone else's. Because you get your own adventure at that point. You get your own fun, excitement, and that's what the universe wants you to understand. The fun is not in the plan. The fun is in the mystery. The fun's not in, I have to know every step. The fun is the spontaneity. And that's what they're bringing forward. Your goals, what you have focused on, they're 100% supporting you. But they're definitely not looking at your map to get there as the right one. They're like, no, we're going to throw that out the window. Let's go over here. You need this experience to grow so that you can understand this part, because when you understand that part, the next step becomes easier. If you plowed straight through, you run into a wall. They take you around the cliff, and all of a sudden you're on top of that wall. So work with the unexpected, and especially this last week, but through the month as well. So your lesson or challenge from the tarot is the Princess of Winter. Inquisitive, truthful, realistic, undiplomatic. Probably one of my favorite cards in this deck, strictly because of that. The Princess of Winter don't care. There is no PC about this particular princess. She's going to speak the truth. You like it or you don't. That's just how she is. Information that can help you, but which may be difficult to hear. Speaking truth with kindness, an indigo child or adult. The indigos are not known for being the most genteel in how they phrase things. If you asked them, does this dress make me look fat? They're going to tell you what the real problem is. It's not the dress. This is where this energy comes in through this month specifically, but this week, very, very focused. Don't be afraid of other people's opinions. Listen to them openly. If there's some constructive criticism, see what you can do about that. How can that make you better? Undiplomatic, inquisitive, truthful, realistic. These people are looking at it from black and white, and so are you. But you might be seeing a shade in there that might be a little bit more egocentric, and they're going to call you on that. Be open to the suggestions. That's that courage and bravery, angels, especially this last week. But the unexpected, the mystery of this month of May is going to be beautiful. The energy here is really awake. It's really alive. It's very vibrant for fire. There's a couple of things just to be aware of. It's not going to be easy street completely, but don't get distracted. Stay focused on the goals and take those next steps. So with that, I will let you guys go. Have a great rest of the month of May. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video if you enjoyed this, and let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below, and I will see you guys later.